in most cases. Now, if it doesn't slow you down far enough, we have safety eye, which is always detecting the gap between you and the vehicle in front, and if you don't slow down enough, it'll warn you, hey, slow the vehicle down a bit more, and it's just a matter of hitting resume and go. So all these systems work very smoothly together, and you know, it's kind of it's a sum of all the parts put together, this vehicle. So cruise control is another, adaptive cruise control. There's the overrun setting now. So with the cruise control, traditionally you'd set your cruise, you'd go down the hill and bang, you'd be overrunning 15k, 20k over. We can now set that between 0 and 15 kilometres an hour, and it will be set somewhere between there. So if you set it to 10, you go 10 kilometres over that set cruise speed, it'll bring on the engine brake and slow you back down to that desired cruise control speed. So avoiding getting those speeding fines when our friends are sitting at the bottom of the hill with their radar. Hill start aid, another little safety system of course on the manuals and AMT models, stops those drivers rolling back into the car who doesn't understand that truck could roll back. Safety acronyms. We now got to make a table of how many we've got. We don't just have ABS, we've got VSC, TC, ACC, the list goes on. So we've got a quick reference acronym table for our sales guys to remember all these things and run through them. And again, it's more than just the individual components. This vehicle, when we put all these safety systems together, when we put the drive line together with this, the new interior, the new transmissions, this is a completely different truck to what we had previously. So at Hino, from a product area, Steve alluded to, we are aiming to have the safest, the best performing, the most efficient and the most comfortable truck in the Australian market. Anything we look to design for this market, we've got that at the forefront. That's what we're trying to do with the product. So it's a quick overview. I'll hand you over to Bill Gillespie and he'll run through.
Thanks, Dan. So good afternoon. Thanks, Daniel. I think, Daniel, if you just left him up here, you'd just stay the whole day, wouldn't you? He is so passionate about this new truck, it's crazy. But it is years of work, and years of work for Kodo-san and HML, in Japan. It's a very exciting day for us. Thank you for being here in Australia. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Daniel, for your passion and all the team and all the passion behind it. So, I think you can see we are excited about it. It's a very exciting day for us. Today and tomorrow, a chance for you to experience the truck on Australian roads. I know some guys had the opportunity to drive very quickly in Japan, but this is, we all know, get a chance to drive the truck in Australia, Australian conditions, Australian spec truck, and that makes a little difference. I'm going to give you today a little bit of an overview about our strategy and why we think this truck's pretty important, and I think it's also, as Dan alluded to, a pretty important truck for the marketplace. We think it's a really contemporary response to the needs of the Australian market, which is, as we know, a very contemporary market, and we see the specification of European trucks in Australia. We know that Australians want specification like that, and they do appreciate safety, and we know they will buy trucks with that safety. So we also believe this truck can take Hino back to being number one in the medium duty segment. We were number one back in 06, 07, the period. We firmly believe this truck will take us back to being number one. Oh, sorry, I'm going to press the right button, big pardon. Steve gave you a bit of an insight into last year's market. It was a pretty buoyant market, as we all know. I'm going to show you 2019, kicked off very well, and despite what people will tell you, there's still plenty of trucks being sold. There's no doubt that this market is still good. Our order bank is still at record levels. Our order right in March was the best. In fact, wholesales, in other words, the trucks we sell to our dealers to be on sold to customers, we just had our best March result ever. So 50 years in Australia.